Hello and welcome to Warlord Awaji, and this is a first-person skirmish game at the moment. There is a campaign, but that is currently in the early stages of development, and if you'd like to check out the game, there is a link in the description. This is also available as a demo for Steam Next Fest. So, without further ado, we have the opportunity to jump right into the instant action mode. I personally like this a great deal, and I've been having quite a lot of fun with it. I'm level 3 at the moment. You do level up because you gain experience per kill you get, or per, contribution that you make to the battle. And you can actually customize your fellow here a little bit as well. Unfortunately for me, I don't actually have the ability to wear any armor just yet, and I don't have the ability to have any retainers either, so that's obviously going to be a bit of an issue. We're just going to play with the default settings here for the battle itself, but you can obviously make the battle much larger or a lot smaller if you would much prefer that. Anyway, you have two different weapons at the moment. You have a katana, which I'm going to pull out right here, and you also have a dagger. I'm not entirely sure the differences. I mean, yeah, sure. Okay, I understand the differences from a, purely, practical perspective. Obviously, katana is obviously going to be a lot more damaging, probably have a lot more reach, and it's going to be a little bit slower. And the dagger is going to be the complete opposite of that. It's going to be a lot faster. It's going to have a lot less reach, and so on and so forth. So it may be wise for us to play with the katana at the moment. Now, bear in mind, there is a radar on your screen. As you can see down at the bottom there is a radar, and blue little blips on that indicate allies, and red blips indicate enemies, as you might expect. And basically, there is a blocking button, there is an attacking button, and if you block and then attack, you're going to be able to stab. And there's also, shall we say, weak spot targeting. So in other words, if the enemy you see has a unarmored piece of their body, so for example their arm or their head, neck, things like that, you're going to be able to strategically, tactically target that, and you're going to do more damage. Now, there are no health bars as far as I'm aware that you can see on your opponent. And so that's obviously a really big deal, because obviously if an enemy is just about to die, it's going to be a lot easier for you to make tactical decisions. But unfortunately for me, we don't really have that option right now. So we're just going to have to deal with it the old-fashioned way, and we're just going to, yeah, there we go. He's murdered. Absolutely nice and simple there. And yeah, we are going to be obviously gaining experience here. I'm going to just try and do as much damage as possible, because that obviously gains me XP. And I want to try to get as much experience as I can. I'm also trying to be super careful here. You see the numbers at the top of the screen. Basically, the first one before the slash is our current forces on the field itself. And then the second number after the slash is our tickets, or our reinforcement number. So the higher both of those are, the better. And basically, you just want to try to do as much. Whoa, I just murdered that guy by myself. Okay, that was actually pretty fantastic. But yeah, we are unarmored, as I've said before. We are unarmored, and generally that is going to make things very difficult for us, especially fighting against the guys that are actually armored. They're going to be extremely difficult for us to deal with. You can indeed jump, as you can see right here. I have to be fairly careful here as well, because oh, nice, I broke his weapon. Yeah, bear in mind that if an opponent or yourself gets low in stamina, you have a chance to drop your weapon, and you also have a chance for your weapon to break, as you can see right there. So that obviously makes a big difference. I'm going to try and eliminate this guy. There we go, we took him down. Maybe I can stab this guy a little bit. And bear in mind that you only lose stamina when you block. So basically you can attack infinitely, but that is not a good idea. It is not a good idea to do that, because you are going to die. That's what's going to happen. You're going to die if you just randomly spam the button. So it is a good idea to just be a little bit careful on that, and just try to be, a bit wise with how viciously you attack the opponent. Obviously, I'm being careful at the moment by literally just being super careful, doing damage, getting away from the opponent, making sure that I am indeed blocking as much as I possibly can, because I am actually really low, and obviously, as you might expect, if you are attacked from behind, you can also die very, very quickly. Now, funnily enough, this is actually going a lot better than my first battle. Weirdly enough, my first battle I actually lost. My second battle I won by seppuku. So obviously that's basically when the enemy surrendered and we allowed them to commit seppuku. So you know that's actually in the game. And there we go, I'm dead. Yeah, so when you die, obviously in instant action, you're just going to be back onto the field and you're not really going to have too many issues with getting back. I've got a couple of pieces of feedback. Obviously, I have no idea whether the developer is going to see this video, and I don't know whether it really matters, but I'm just going to mention my feedback to you so that you can kind of get an idea. Maybe you have a better one than I do, or maybe something like that. Anyway, we've won. We have complete and utter victory. And this guy is not asking for seppuku, apparently, so I am... Oh, no, actually, did he... Oh, he just killed him. That guy just killed this guy. All right. So, yeah, apparently they are just killing them. Oh, they didn't surrender. Ah, there we go, there we go. They're actually surrendering now, as you can see right here. So we can now say, boom. There you go. And boom. Yep. 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 And then we can take his head. And basically, whenever that happens, you will literally gain experience, and you'll be able to get their head. And generally, I should probably let them just commit seppuku, shouldn't I? Instead of farming experience. Yeah, from a practical standpoint, I probably should do that, you know? That would probably be a much better idea, but I haven't actually seen the AI do that yet. But as you could see, that guy was actually bringing out his dagger in preparation for doing the act. So let me actually just see. Let me actually just see whether this guy will actually do it. Okay, he's surrendering. It doesn't seem like he has... hello. It doesn't seem like he... No, it doesn't seem like anything's happening with this guy, so I will just take him out. And there we have it. And yeah, we got some really, really good experience right there. And we are now done. And as far as I'm aware, it doesn't actually kick you out of the battle, so you basically just have to quit. But yeah, anyway, as I said, there are a couple of pieces of feedback that I have. Most notably two. And also, look at this. We're actually now able to start with a couple of extra things. I now have a little bit of chest piece armor here, which is quite nice. And for me personally, I think that's going to be extremely useful for us. Now, what we're going to do is I'm actually just going to increase the units per side. I'm not going to increase the respawn tickets that much. I'm just going to keep it at around 79 or something like that, just because I don't want it to go super long, but the time is pretty low anyway, so maybe I can. Maybe I can. Okay, so my feedback. We'll finally get to that point. One thing. When you're attacking, when you swing your weapon, right? When you swing your weapon, there is, as far as I'm aware, I'm not sure whether this is indeed the case, but I mean, as you could see, when I actually swing here, when I swing normally, if I'm holding the block button, it doesn't cancel my attack. And that's actually something that I feel may be really kind of cool to add, because being able to feint, as it were, I'm not entirely sure whether that's actually even supposed to be a thing, because maybe that's not what the developer is going for. Did I mention it's a solo developer? I actually don't know. I don't know if I mentioned that, but whatever the case, it is a solo developer, and so I know the monumental undertaking that it is to create a game, and I'm not going to be, you know, I'm not going to be saying, you know, oh, you must do this, you must do that, because no, you know, it's their vision, and that's what they're going to do. However, as I say, sort of like an attack cancel would be pretty nice, because sometimes I'm going to be in a situation where I don't really want to do the thing that I've just done. Like, for example, just attacking in some way. Like, for example, let's say I attack and then the enemy immediately attacks me back because they are prepared for that by blocking me initially. Then we may have some issues, you know what I mean? It might be a problem. Yeah, and apart from that, one other thing that I think might be cool, but this is obviously just a minor thing that I actually don't know if... I think that may be a failing on my part. The ability to see where battles are taking place. Because I know I said to you that there is a radar, and yes, indeed, there is a radar. As you've very clearly seen, there is a radar. You could see it. It's actually very usable. Very, very nice, in fact. However, it doesn't tell me from very far away where the battles are. And so as a result, I am then in a situation where I'm kind of wandering around a little bit aimlessly. I'm trying to look for my own unit. But obviously this is indeed realistic in a sense. Because in a realistic situation, in an actual battlefield, you're never ever going to just know, you know, supernaturally where the battle is taking place. So, I completely understand if that is obviously what's going on here. And, you know, that's not a problem. But those are basically just my two pieces of feedback for the moment. There isn't really, you know, nothing too major, you know. It's literally just minor little things that here and there that I just go, maybe it would be cool to have that. And that's pretty much it, you know. I'm not really seeing anything here that I am personally really hating. There isn't anything. And I actually feel like the game is really, really fun. I like the fact that we are going to be leveling up in instant action as well, so you can level up and gain additional things. It might be cool. I'm not sure if there's going to be a skill tree or anything like that. I kind of maybe doubt, but I don't know. I know there is character customization, obviously, as we've already seen. There is a limited amount of that in the demo at the moment. And if you like what you see, by the way, you should add it to your Steam wishlist and also play the demo yourself, because you can pop right into this right now, literally right now. You can go right here, right now, and you can have a look-see, and it's actually really, really fun. And yeah, I mean, the amount of times that I have gone into a battle and actually thought, oh, I'm gonna die here, and then actually managed to survive just because of our, you know, guile and our prowess in combat saving us. Yeah, let's face it, that's not what happened actually. But oh, I got murdered by oh yeah, there we go. We literally got defeated. Just about, actually. Just about. Wait a minute. Am I allowed to continue fighting? Oh, I am. I am allowed to continue fighting. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, wait a minute. Maybe I can actually... The comeback starts here. The comeback starts here. There's no way that I'm going to be able to do this. Oh, nice. We got him. Okay, wait. Here we go. We might be able to do something here. Unfortunately for me, the enemy is very, very effective when they use their polearms. And I think that's probably it. Yeah, that is probably it. Unfortunate for me. But one thing I'd like to say, though, just before we go here, I think it would be really cool if the amount of experience it would take to level up would be slightly less. I have no idea how many levels there actually are, but I'm going to assume there's quite a few, because as you can see from the armor that we just equipped, the armor is only covering our main torso area. We're not having like full samurai armor on or anything like that, and you are eventually, I would assume, going to get that unlocked. And I'm not entirely sure how long that would take you, because obviously I've played about 3 or 4 games now, and I'm level 4, almost level 5. I think it would be cool if the experience gain would be slightly increased, or the amount of experience that you'd need would be slightly reduced. But that's just me. I personally feel like this is a super fun experience though, and I'd highly recommend that you actually try it out, because it has a huge amount going for it here, and I cannot wait to see what happens when the campaign actually comes out too. But you could see and indeed experience the combat system in the game, and well, the setting is absolutely fantastic too. Anyway, there's a link in the description. Check it out, play the demo, add it to your Steam wishlist. And yeah, it's a solo developer. Pretty crazy, right? I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.